Okay, this is the HVAC indoor air handler. Some people call this the furnace, and this is the furnace inspection, indoor air handler inspection. It's going to include our air duct. We got some rigid duct, but we're missing some insulation. And we got the wrong kind of duct tape on there. We're missing some insulation over there too. I like rigid duct, so there's that. But when it's that close to the furnace flue, it has a tendency to melt. How's that looking? Nah, it's just loose. Just loose up underneath that. This is a 20-year-old furnace. And it wasn't designed, I was saying it was a 20-year-old furnace. 21. 20-year-old furnace. And so it wasn't designed to go around this foam like this. The vent pipe was not. Alright? So you can see how we're cooking all of our insulated foam. And our insulated foam can't go to this flue because it's too hot. So now we've got a spot right up here in our attic that we've got a spot that is not insulated. It's supposed to be completely encapsulated to act right. You will get some benefit from this, no doubt. But it was not done right either. Okay? And we can see around the vent pipe that we've got plywood. So this roof is about 12 years old, 14 years old. Alright? So it's about time to replace the roof. We can't replace the decking without disturbing all of our insulation. And if we disturb all of our insulation, I mean, because we got plywood decking, you should go back with OSB. The decking's probably not sufficient. So we got, you know, some things here. Oh, okay. Good home inspection. Okay. So, while we're up here, let's get another look at that. This, your fresh air induction. Okay, your makeup air. This is your makeup air. It's got a wind turbine on it. It's not supposed to have any restrictions. And it's supposed to go in the most direct route. You know, it's not supposed to be, there's nothing supposed to be restricting, you know, its operation, which there is. So, there's that. Let's see if I can come across here. This light should have a cage around it, a protective cage, and pull strings. It should have a switch. I get it. Pull strings were okay when this home was built. Alright, I guess that'd be an upgrade, but that's what we require now. Moving on along. Circus Olay. Coming down this dangerous ladder. These wires, I don't know if you can see them. These wires. Okay, those wires are low voltage. They're a nuisance where they're located. All these hinges, these brackets on the steps. Not too impressive. Not too impressive. It'll go up eventually. Then right here is our 21-year-old furnace and our 17-year-old evaporator coil. This equipment is engineered on paper to last 20 years. It might last 35 years, we don't know. It might die tomorrow. In this part of the country, this equipment lasts about 20 years. So, excuse me. This part of the country, this equipment lasts about 14 years. We shouldn't have this screen on our makeup air. I can't even see our makeup air vent. It came over here. What did it come over here to? Is that it? You're not supposed to have a screen. Oh, there it is, way up there. That's your makeup air. You got a screen on top of it. Not supposed to have a screen. You don't have a care and use manual. Gas piping does not have a sediment trap. We got rust in our burner compartment. Okay, so it's an updraft. Check this out. So carbon monoxide spills out here, comes through the door gaps, goes into the return air register, gets rebroadcast all throughout the house. Everybody goes to sleep at once. We all go to sleep together. So this should be sealed off. The closet should be better ventilated. Okay. So we should have a fresh air about 6 inches from the floor, makeup air about 6 inches from the ceiling. You know, just that vent just kind of hanging out up there doesn't quite cut it. Alright. That vent is proper. We should have a thimble on it, which would be just an exercise, but we should have a thimble on it. So, no care and use manual, no sediment trap. Flue improperly terminated. Combustible and makeup air improperly supplied. Okay, rust in the compartment. I think I mentioned no care and use manual already. Okay, so that takes us to the air conditioning system. This is evaporator coil. They're like 17 years old. Engineered to last 20. Statistically, they last about 14. Statistically, this lasts about 14. This is our primary evaporator drain line because we have a secondary drain line that they installed here. This drain should have a trap on it. Okay, this drain line should be insulated at least into the trap. It's good that they put insulation down here on this copper. That's good. But we should have had some insulation up here as well. We should have had a P-trap. Okay. This vent will not drain properly. Okay. Or maybe it will. But if you don't cap this, okay, then it won't drain like it's supposed to. It'll vapor lock. And we should have a safety switch on here, a float switch, so that if you have a problem, it doesn't come out all over your floors. We don't want it coming out over our floors. This is an updraft system. So that's why the return so close to the door is kind of a bad thing, remember? Our air filter is 16 by 25 by 1. (16 by 25 by 1). Nice new fresh filter. Now anytime you return air implement, okay, it wasn't, when this home was built, this wasn't required. But our return air plenum is supposed to be lined with a pan, and it's not. You can see it's pretty dirty under there. Alright. The only thing keeping all that stuff from you is that filter. So I would clean this. You probably can't retrofit a pan in there too well, but I'd at least get in there and clean this out for environmental reasons. That's what I would do. So what did we learn? We learned that we don't have a care and use manual. We learned that our furnace is not properly ventilated. Our furnace flue doesn't properly terminate. We learned that we do not have a sediment trap on our gas piping. We learned that we got rust inside. We learned that we do not have a P-trap. We learned that a P-trap is not insulated. We learned that our piping is not sealed. We learned that we do not have a safety switch. We learned that we got a 16 by 25 by 1 filter. It's an updraft, and so it can suck the carbon monoxide, spills out of here, sucks it in there and takes it out. Closet is not properly ventilated. This door should have been sealed. Alright, door should have been sealed. Ventilation in the attic should have been, and the mechanical closet should be improved. And man, I don't know how you're going to get the flue through the ceiling properly, through the roof properly. You know, and it's a 20-year-old system, so draw your own